Hello, Beetlejuice cast. You've probably seen me around, but just in case you don't know me, hi, I'm KJ. I am your makeup artist, and I am making this video to help teach you guys how to do some of the makeup on your own. This one specifically is going to be for my ensemble, my, just general dead people, where I'm not gonna have time to design makeup for each of you individually. So we're just gonna have a general look that you're gonna go with, and then you can add little details to personalize it. All right, let's get started. And welcome to the non-professional voiceover section. To start off, we are going to be using foundation. If you don't already have some, you are going to need to find a foundation that matches your skin tone or is about a shade lighter. I am using the Revolution foundation stick. Most foundations I've seen do not come in stick format. This is simply the lightest shade I have been able to find because I am really, really pale. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking a beauty blender. Mine is in the shape of a mushroom because I thought that was cute. And I am doing what's called beading my face. This gives a much better blend than if you were to just drag it across your face like, say, a paintbrush. Instead, you are going to dab the makeup, and this isn't just for foundation. You'll see I use it on the eyeshadow as well. It just gives a much more even spread. It makes sure it's not all cakey, and it just overall makes it look a lot more natural. Make sure that you are blending in all of the creases of your face, especially your eyes. Makeup tends to clump around the eyes because they are usually the most expressive part of your face, especially in theater, in which you are always making exaggerated faces. Here is what I look like after. Your goal should be to make it look as smooth and natural as possible. Yeah, hi, editing me here. If you happen to be doing your makeup along with this video and you have not watched it through yet, I made a mistake here. I talk about it later in the video, but I forgot you need to do setting powder after your foundation and before your eyeshadow. So either pause here and apply your setting powder if you already know how, or wait until just a little bit further into the video when I realize my mistake and I explain how to use setting powder. And back to the video. Now I am going to be moving on to my eyes. For this step, you are going to need a red or maroon eyeshadow as well as some sort of relatively small makeup brush to apply it. Blush works too if that is what you prefer, but since it's going onto the eyelid, I prefer eyeshadow. Take your brush and start gently dabbing a semicircle following your eyelid. Once that semicircle is done and filled in, you are going to move on to below your eyes. Here you are going to follow the natural indentation of your face to create a sort of sunken in, dead eye bag look. Now the circle around my eye looks pretty pronounced right now, but don't worry because as you see right here, I'm about to start blending it, not only with the brush I'm using, but also with the beauty blender that I used just a little bit ago. I'm also taking the eyeshadow that is around my eye and blending it outward, again, just to make it a little bit less harsh of a circle and more of a sort of blended look.
This is about what it should look like when you are done. Obviously, different people are going to have different shades of red. It just depends on what works best for your skin tone. Here I decide to blend it out just a little bit more even, but really you don't have to. It just depends on how dead you want to look.
I forgot a step. After you do your foundation, you're supposed to put setting powder on, and somehow I completely forgot about that, so I will do that now.
Setting powder is what's used to really lock your foundation in place. The more liquidy your foundation is, the more important it is that you need to put on setting powder. This is what will help keep your makeup from running and smudging during the show. Now, just like your foundation, you are going to want to make sure this gets full coverage. That means get it into every single crease of your face, especially around your eyes. And now we're caught back up to where we need to be. For this next step, we are going to be contouring our cheekbone. It's nothing complicated. I'm not even using real contour. As you can see, I'm just using a black eyeshadow. If you need help finding where your cheekbone is, suck in your cheeks, and when you see the part that pokes out the most, you're going to start making your line a little bit underneath that. An easy starting point would be at the top of where your ear connects to the rest of your face. Once you have drawn on your initial line, you are going to start blending it downwards. If you can't already tell, this look requires a lot of blending. Continuing with the contouring, we are now going to contour your chin or your jawline. So what you're going to do is find your natural jawline. If yours isn't super pronounced, that is totally fine. I know we have some younger people who may not have quite as pronounced of a jawline yet. Just do your best to find it. The blending will make it look natural. This is what you should look like at this step. Except, of course, you will have it on both sides of your face instead of just one. Speaking of, I should probably do the other side of my face real quick before I move on to the next step. Now we will be doing our eyeliner. Now, I only own liquid eyeliner because I just prefer it personally, but if you have never used liquid eyeliner before, I would not recommend starting now. Instead, try to get the pencil or one of the retractable eyeliners. You are far, far less likely to get it in your eye that way, and even if you do poke yourself in the eye, it's going to be way less of a mess than if you poked yourself with liquid eyeliner. Anyway, here I'm just going over my bottom eyelid. That is all I will ask of you, but if you want to do your top lid as well, that is completely fine by me. I'm also using a brush here to kind of blend it out, just because liquid eyeliner tends to be a little bit harsh. It's such a small thing, but eyeliner, specifically on your bottom lid, makes your eyes so much more visible to the audience. And then, like I said before, if you want to do eyeliner on your top eyelid, awesome, go for it. And ladies, if you would like to do wings for your eyeliner, also completely fine by me.
All right, I am going to finish up the full makeup look. This is really all that I want everyone to do. The rest that I'm going to do is really up to each person individually, just to give your character a little bit of personality. If you have really thin eyebrows, fill them in a little. If you have really thin lips, do just a very neutral colored lipstick. That's really it. You know, if you have individual questions that you want to ask me or ask Roy, that is totally fine. But just remember, you are going from character to character throughout the show, so it can't be anything huge. All right, I will be right back. And I'm back. So this is how I would personally finish the entire look. What I added was eyebrows. I filled them in. I did some more eyeliner, like on my top lid. I made it a little bit more exaggerated. I contoured my nose, and I put a little bit more contour on my cheeks, and I put mascara on. Now, the one thing I did not have you guys do in this video, this is for ladies specifically, or people playing women, false eyelashes. This is something that Roy and I have talked about. We want every single one of you to have false eyelashes. Now, they don't have to be, you know, huge, gigantic pageant lashes, but false lashes really just add something on the stage that make everyone look more unified and make your eyes a lot more noticeable. So yes, ladies / people playing female characters, false eyelashes. Help each other if you know how to put them on. If you don't know how, I promise you there's somebody who does. So to recap, the materials that you will need: black eyeshadow, red / maroon eyeshadow, some sort of foundation, some sort of setting powder, eyeliner, and for ladies, false eyelashes. If you have ever worked with me in a show or will in the future, something you need to know is that I do not share eyeliner, mascara, or lip product. Occasionally I might lend a lipstick, but I try to avoid it. That is just because those are the easiest ways to spread germs. So if for whatever reason during the show you do not have one of those items, I do not have one for you. You are welcome to ask a friend in the cast, but personally, I would not recommend. I'm not trying to freak anybody out about germs or whatever, but you know, since COVID, I have tried to be aware of things that spread germs quickly, and eye products that are, you know, like right on your eyeball, not something to be shared in my opinion. So that is definitely something you guys will need yourselves. I'll be around to talk to you guys in person. I'll start showing up at rehearsals more. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If I'm not there, you can ask Roy. If Roy doesn't know, just, I guess you can ask Caroline, she can text me, or just wait till I'm there another day, because I will be showing up. I might do an in-person tutorial, I might not, I'm not sure yet. Scheduling, you know. But yeah, so this will be your basic makeup for most of the show. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. And if I have said anything in this that you have questions about, or you aren't really sure how to apply, again, let me know. I am more than happy to help. All right, I will see you when I see you. Bye.